everyone to please rise for national anthem. I request everyone to please sit down. Good morning, Madam Principal Mrs. Azadi, trustees, teachers, and my dear students. We all have gathered here to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, which is a series of celebrations up to 15th August 2023, marking 75 years of India's independence. And this morning, I have come here with a very important topic, that is social media and cybercrime. Then how is cybercrime, cyber security related to Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav? As I told you all before, it is a series of celebrations, and cyber awareness is one of the objectives of the missions to be accomplished in the years to come under the title Cyber Aparadh Se Azadi. And it is the main motto of the programs launched under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. This mission is launched especially to create mass awareness for prevention of cyber crimes in our country. To begin with, I would like to share a small incident with you all. Once, a mother and her child were sitting in the drawing room when she was teaching proverbs to her 8-year-old adorable child. She asked her son, "Do you know what is the meaning of proverb? As you sow, so shall you reap." He replied, "It's very simple. Karma is boomerang, mummy." Students, boomerang is one of the filters of Instagram in which your actions are repeated. And she was astonished at the generation being swayed by social media. We live in the time and age where information is just a button press away. We are swayed by information all around us. Social media is one of the biggest elements that we live with and cannot ignore it, as it is gaining popularity rapidly. Social media has taken the world by storm. Then what is social media? Social media is a collection of websites, applications and other platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, Tumblr, Flickr, Reddit, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Delicious, and many more. So these platforms enable us to share or create content and also helps us to participate in social networking. Social media is not limited to blogging and sharing pictures. There is a lot of strong tools also that social media provides. because the impact of social media is high and far-reaching. It can make or break images. But social media is a topic of controversy today. Many feel it is a boon, but there is a majority who feel that it is a curse. And why people feel social media is a curse is all because of cybercrime. Then what is cybercrime? Cybercrime is constructed as using a computer as weapon or instrument to advance or secure something deemed illegal. Internet crime refers more precisely to criminal exploitation of the net. National Conference on Cyber Safety and National Security was held in Delhi in the month of June 2022 under the leadership of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi with Shri Amit Shah, Union Minister for Home Affairs and Corporation as the chief guest to create awareness for prevention of cybercrime in our country. Among cybercrime affected countries, India ranks 4th in the world and the second most targeted country in Asia Pacific region. Now let us talk about India. Uttar Pradesh has the highest number of reported cybercrimes, followed by Karnataka, Maharashtra and Telangana. Sikkim is the only state that recorded 0 cases of cybercrime last year. As rightly said by Germany Kent, you are responsible for everything you post, and everything you post will be a reflection of you, that is social media. I always say this in class when I am teaching history, when I am teaching political science, that every coin has 2 sides. Same way, social media also has its 2 sides, that is pros and cons, or we call it as advantages and disadvantages. Let us learn the pros of social media. The first one is
people from anywhere can connect with anyone, regardless of religion and location. The beauty of social media is that you can connect with anyone to learn and share your thoughts.
next is
Education. Social media has a lot of benefits for students as well as teachers. You can enhance your knowledge about any field and educate yourself without paying for it.
next.
Help. You can share your issues with community to get help, whether it is in terms of money or in terms of advice.
Next.
Information and updates. The main advantage of the social media is that you update yourself on the latest happening around the world.
Next.
Promotion. Whether you are an offline business or online, you can promote your business to the largest audience. The whole world is open for you and you can promote to them. This makes business profitable and less expensive.
Next.
Noble causes. Social media can also be used for the noble causes. For example, promoting an NGO, social welfare activities and donation for the needy people.
Next.
Awareness. Social media also create awareness and innovate the way people live. It is social media which is helping to discover new and innovative stuff that can enhance personal life. From farmers to teachers, students to lawyers, every individual of the society can benefit from the social media.
Next. Next,
Improves business reputation. It can improve business sales and reputation. Positive comments and sharing about the company can help develop sales and goodwill.
next,
Helps in building community. Since the world has different religions and beliefs, social media helps in building and participating in the community of our own religion and beliefs to discuss and learn about it. Similarly, people of different communities can connect to discuss and share related stuff. For example, game lover can join the game community, car lover can join the community related to car, and so on.
so these are the pros, or we say advantages of social media. As I told you all before, that every coin has two sides. So now we've learned about the pros of social media. Let us learn about the cons of social media. Let us begin with the first one.
Most of the children
Say the title.
cyberbullying. Most of the children have become victims of cyberbullying over the past. Since anyone can create a fake account and do anything without being traced, it has become quite easy to bully on the internet. Threats, intimidation messages, and rumors can be sent to masses to create discomfort and chaos in the society.
Cyberbullying is essentially the persistent harassment of an individual via technology like the internet, cell phone, or online video games. Low self-esteem is one of the key reasons for the form of cyberbullying. I would like to give an example here. A classmate who had a crush on girl decided to take his revenge for scorning means to ignore, by posting some pictures and her personal issues on internet which she had discussed with him. The girl felt so harassed that she shut out herself completely for 6 months. It took 3 counselors and a lot of support from her loved ones to get her back on her feet. So this is the after effect of cyberbullying. Next,
Hacking. Personal data and privacy can easily be hacked and shared on the internet, which can bring financial losses and loss to personal life. Several personal Twitter and Facebook accounts have been hacked in the past, and the hacker had posted materials that have affected the individual's personal lives. My advice to you all is to keep your personal data and accounts safe.
hacking is an unauthorized access to a computer system, programs, data, and network. Students are taken to cybercrimes just for fun or carrying out small acts as password hacking to revenge on their friends, teachers in school. Morphing pictures. Now what are morphing pictures? It's nothing but gradually changing one's image into another or combine them using computer program. So morphing pictures and posting them on social networking sites to defame others have landed students in trouble recently. We move on to the next one.
Addiction. The addictive part of social media is very bad and can disturb personal lives as well. The teenagers are mostly affected as they get involved very extensively and are eventually cut from the society. It can also waste individual time that could have been utilized by productive tasks
any other personality will donate $5 million to charity. These big personalities might be already doing a lot of charity. Then why they would tweet something like this on social media?
Second one is cash grabs.
Asking for help in form of money on Facebook, WhatsApp, that my child is suffering from cancer, please help. And once if the money is transferred in the account, then the account is hacked.
Third one is hidden charges.
Which type of Bollywood character or Star Wars or Disney character are you? Find out with our quiz. Right? Which type of Bollywood character or Star Wars or Disney character are you? Find out with our quiz. All of you friends have taken it. This sounds interesting. So you enter your information and cell number as instructed. After few minutes, it will show that for the quiz played by you have to pay service charges of rupees 200, which will be added to your mobile bill. So these are the hidden charges. Next.
Fourth one is phishing requests.
Now phishing is not L-I-S-H-I-N-G. The spelling is written there. It is P-H-I-S-H-I-N-G. Phishing request. You have got an email stating that somebody just put your pictures of partying with someone. Check them out here. Then you click on the enclosed link, which takes you to your Twitter or Facebook login page, and you enter your account information. Now, a criminal has your password along with the total control of your account. How did this happen? Both the email and landing page were fake. This is called phishing. Make sure your internet security includes anti-phishing defenses. Phishing can also be done by hackers through fake pop-up. A link was still sent, however, instead of linking to a fake website, it would link to the actual website. Then the real website loads, a pop-up appears asking for users' credentials. The victim seeing the legitimate site, legitimate means authentic, legal. In the background, would think the pop-up was from a legitimate source and enter their information. In reality, the pop-up would be the hacker's tool to phish credentials. The next one is
Fifth one is hidden URLs.
the last but not the least type of scam is hidden URLs. Full form of URL is Uniform Resource Locator. Beware of blindly clicking on shopping URLs. You will see them everywhere on Twitter, but you never know where you are going to go since the URL hides the full location. Click on such a link could direct you to your intended site, but beware, one click means you are sharing your information. It is all because of ignorance we land up in such frauds and scams. Let us continue with the next cons of social media.
Security issues. Nowadays, security agencies have access to people's personal accounts, which makes their privacy compromised. You never know when you are visited by an investigation office regarding any cheating, and relationship issues. Most of the people have used the social media platform to propose or marry each other. However, after some time they turn to be wrong in their decision and part ways. Similarly, couples have cheated on each other by showing fake feelings and incorrect information.
Next,
Health issues. The excess usage of social media can also have negative impact on health. Since exercise is the key to lose weight, most of the people get lazy due to excessive use of social networking sites, which in order brings disorder in the routine life. Spending too much time on social media can also have poor sleep and then you experience stress.
spending too much time on social media will lead to poor sleep and then you experience stress. In fact, testing has found that using too much internet can cause depression, ADHD, that is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder problems with mental functioning and loneliness. Next,
Social media not just there, not just by using it, but by following studies and other crazy activities shown on the internet.
for example, bikers doing the unnecessary stunts, people doing the jump over the train and other life-threatening stuffs. Few years back, it had come in the newspaper that 12-year-old boy died because he was playing PUBG for 4 hours. But presently, I think PUBG is banned in India. Next.
Glamorizes drugs and alcohol. One of the disadvantages of social media is that people start to follow others who are wealthy, is drug addicted, and share their views and videos on the web, which eventually inspires others to follow the same and get addicted to the drugs and alcohol.
Next.
Email spoofing. Email spoofing is sending an email to someone in such a way that it appears to be sent from someone else. A spoofed email actually originates from one source but has been sent from another source.
Spoofing is done to disguise one computer for gaining password. Next.
Fake profile. Fake profile use is common in students. Many cases have been registered against fake profiles in the cyber cell.
Some years ago, about 12 students of public school in Sector 7, Chandigarh, had made a fake profile of their teacher and posted objectionable comments against her. A cybercrime case was filed against them, that is those 12 students. It is a punishable offense. Next.
Data theft. If any person without the permission of the owner or any other person who is in charge of a computer system or computer network, database or extracts, download, copies, information data, or store in any removable storage media, then it is a data theft.
Then it is called data theft. Now I will give you an example here. An Indian guy who was working in an IT company in Canada had changed the login password because his colleagues had incited him to do so. Next day, when it was known to the senior officials, he was kicked out from the job and the very next day he was deported back to India. And because he was deported from Canada, now he cannot work in USA also. Though it was not planned with some intention, but then also it is considered as data theft. These are the points or we say disadvantages of social media. The first person to be found guilty of cybercrime was Ian Murphy, also known as Captain Zack. In 1981, he and his three friends broke into AT&T's. AT&T's is a generic name for American Telephone and Telegraphs. So they broke into AT&T's computer system that metered billing rates, shifted the metering clocks around so the system charged peak rates at off-peak hours and vice versa. India's first cyber criminal was Akash Arora. He was accused in 1999 of utilizing the trademark or domain name yahooindia.com. The top 5 cybercrimes in India are phishing, non-payment or non-delivery, personal data breach, identity theft, and extortion. Now there are many and the most well-known high-risk incidents that occurred in India in 2020 and 21. The first incident is of Domino's India incident. In the month of May 2021, a huge leak of customers' data was experienced by the famous pizza brand, namely Domino's India. The full details exposed included names, addresses, delivery location, cell numbers, and email IDs of 1 million customers who had placed orders on their portal either through mobiles or computer systems, and the total number of orders was 18 million. The second incident is about Just Pay. Just Pay is an India-based payment processor that is used to transfer money through various platforms such as Amazon, Swiggy, I hope you all know that, etc. An unidentified breach occurred in 2020 concerning 35 million users' accounts of Just Pay India. The same was identified by a cybersecurity researcher in 2021 when he surfed around the dark web and saw the data being sold for USD 5,000. The compromised data included masked card data, fingerprints of the card users. The hackers had chosen Telegram app for price negotiation due to its ability to self-destruct the messages within a specified time. The next case is about COVID-19 results database incident. At the beginning of 2021, a database containing the information of at least 1,500 Indian citizens on the web, which eventually was compromised as a result of an attack on government websites. The hackers had made the data publicly available through downloadable PDF files. It was later found that the new Delhi-based agencies were involved in this attack. A similar incident had occurred in 2020 when the database of Delhi State Health Commission was hacked to obtain the information of 80,000 COVID patients. The Kerala cyber hackers group stated that the reason for doing so was dissatisfaction with the way the government was dealing with the healthcare personnel. Then what is the punishment of cybercrime in India? If found guilty, one can face imprisonment of up to 3 years and or up to 2 lakh fine. Under section 66F, acts of cyber terrorism, an individual convicted of a crime can face life imprisonment. So students, social networking sites are definitely a boon to those students who are aware that they are using it for right purpose. So what you need to do? First, don't give out personal information in chat rooms, social websites, blogs, etc. If you receive, the second one is, if you receive any meme or threatening messages in the chat room, text or email, don't ever respond. Don't delete the message. Save it and show it to an adult. They might need it to use as evidence against the person who sent it. Third one, and very important, don't shame anyone, even your best friends. Your password. It is your password. Fourth one, don't suffer in silence. If you are being bullied, then you should tell your parents or tell your teacher or an adult that you trust. You mustn't keep it to yourself, because if you do, bully has got exactly what they want. Always remember, girls, cyberbullying is a punishable offense as per cyber laws. So students, even if the world is turning to technology, you must know how to communicate in the real world. Social media is a rather effective way for students to make friends and also to get education. But students, always remember, it is in your hands to use it to its advantage. Education took us from thumb impression to signature, and technology took us from signature to thumb impression. Now students, you have to decide which way to go on with the social media. In life, we get choices. All the choices are good. We do not have bad choices. All the choices are good. But it is we who have to select the right one. Always remember, social media is a friend but a dangerous one. And lastly, I would like to conclude with a शायरी in Hindi. चेहरे पर फेसबुक की रौनक है, दिल व्हाट्सएप हुआ जा रहा है, समाज से कत्ल भी इंसान, हाँ, समाज से कत्ल भी इंसान सोशल हुआ जा रहा है. Thank you so much. Thank you once again. I request Madam Principal, Mrs. Azadi, to say a few words.
Thank you, Mrs. Parekh. Very, very well put up. We got a lot of information. We added upon our information that we already had. I would just like to say, children, that social media is a necessary evil. Necessary, that is very essential, and plus an evil. We have learned that there are pros as well as cons. In the last 2 years of the pandemic, during the COVID, education have come to a halt without the various virtual online platforms. So I think it's a great, great boon, but as we have seen the negative side of it, we have to be very careful of what we choose. We need to introspect whether we are doing or whether we are using the social media wisely or not. We culminate today's Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations, festivals. I mean, it's going to go on till next year, till 15th August 2023. But for this year, we culminated this morning with the dance on the national song. Before we culminate this morning's program, I would like to invite Mr. Kalimoria, our trustee, to say a few words. Thank you.
A very good morning, Madam Principal, to our administrator, teachers, and my dear students. It's nice to be back amongst all of you within 1 week. I think this session by Mrs. Parikh, for somebody of my generation, it is certainly very insightful. When I was of your age, we never had all these things. We had paper, pencil, pen. We never had computer games. We used to play in the outside. We used to be more rough and tough. We used to roll in the mud, fall down, get up. We were not pampered by our parents as well as teachers. The 5G for us means we didn't need a 5G technology to straighten us or to teach us things. For us, just one slap from either our teacher or our Guruji would do the trick. Compared to all these things, you are a very lucky generation. But at the same time, you have to remember one thing. However much you may have access to the technology and the digital tools, there is no substitute for hard ground physical activity. The reading habit, the writing habit has to be cultivated, and for that, whilst the digital age provides us assistance, it also leads to, in a way I would say, spoil our grammar and our English. Because there is one more language which has come, which is the cyber language or the technology or the digital language. You should not learn that language. Many times messages which are drafted on the social media are very poor in their grammar. While for the immediate social media communication they may be good, you need to ensure that when you actually communicate, you don't use that excessively. I have never, for example, followed one message which comes, my bad. That is a terminology which a lot of our elders also use. I think these sort of words, even as elders, we should avoid using such words on social media. As far as possible, we as adults, when we post messages on a WhatsApp or on a social media, it should be grammatically correct, is my advice. I am very particular whenever I post a message on social media, because as adults and as teachers, we have to set the right example to our youngsters while posting the messages on social media. That is one important message which I need to give, because that is something which I observe, and it pains me to see when even the elders don't draft messages. It may appear to be a small thing, it may appear to be irrelevant, but it is not, because it goes a long way us adults also inculcating the wrong habits in our children. And my advice to you children is, since you are studying, you are learning the language, you are learning the grammar, you should correct your adults, your parents, your teachers or your other adults when they draft the message in a wrong way. That no, you have to draft it correctly. That is one important takeaway which you should take. That would be the biggest advantage which you will be gaining in the long run. Because the communication skills which all of you develop are shaped to a great extent by how we use the digital tools and the social media, and you need to use it in the right manner. Because tomorrow, when you go out into the world, you will be interacting with people. You may have to give a job interview, or you may have to write your exams and papers. At that point of time, you need to ensure that you communicate in the correct manner. That is something which I would like to convey to you. All of you have seen what are the advantages and the disadvantages. Everything has advantages and disadvantages. You have to constructively use the social media to your benefit. So you should not overuse it and you should not misuse it. That is my simple message to all of you. Because anything in excess is a poison. As was mentioned, it impacts your health, it impacts your eyesight, it impacts your posture. You will get back pain, you will get headaches. Quite a lot of you will have already started wearing specs at a young age. To a certain extent, it may be due to other reasons, but it would also partially be attributable to overuse of the social media. There should always be what we say, you should detoxicate yourself from social media. You should basically interact more physically, especially in the house. We see many times messages, people on the sofa sitting next to each other with your family, all of them glued to the social media. Discard it for some time and communicate with your friends and family. Instead of sitting and playing games on the social media, you do it, but also venture out into the playgrounds and into the open air and play and enjoy. Because this time for your enjoyment is not going to come back. I know it is a different generation, but you still need to do it. There is one WhatsApp message which is still in my mind, is where a mother, it is a contrast that maybe in the 1980s, a mother is trying to pull the child back to come home, and he is not coming home and is clutching to his football. And then in the 2000s, in the 21st century, there is a parallel message graphically displayed where the mother is trying to push the child out, that you go out and play. That is the contrast. You need to strike a right balance. That is what is important. So anyway, we have had a good 1 week of programs. I could not attend all of them because in the middle I was traveling. But as part of this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, you have been exposed to a lot of important topics during the course of the last week. I am sure all of you have imbibed a lot. It is important not to just listen it from one ear and take it out from the other ear. When you go out of here to forget it, you have to implement all this. You have seen the rich heritage of our city and our country. You would have undergone a session on good nutrition. Diet is very important. To too much of junk food is not good. So I am sure all those aspects also would have been covered. You would have got inspiration by listening to the tales of our lady freedom fighters. So you should emulate them and follow them. And today, against the concluding session on cyber security and social media, it was definitely worth it. I am glad that I had an opportunity to attend that session, because some of the examples and incidents, while I was aware, quite a lot of it I wasn't even aware, so my knowledge also has been enhanced. As they say, learning is a lifelong experience. Till your last day you always learn. And if you keep on learning, you don't age. So anyway, once again, thank you very much all of you. May God bless all of you, and may God bless our institution. Thank you very much.